Like it would be a few days. It has been a few days. I'm now 19, so that's the thing. I I got a $150 gift card for my paternal grandmother and grandfather, and I ordered some books with it. Four of them have arrived. Agua Viva by Clarice Lispector, The Passion of Greenwich Age by Clarice Lispector. I've already read that one, but in PDF form. Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. Already read that one, but in PDF form. And what was? Oh right, Swans Way of Marcel Proust. Haven't read that one. Those are the ones that have come. The three that haven't come yet are The Tunnel by William H. Gass, Underworld by Don DeLillo, and The Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa. So those are all coming. Tunnel will most likely get here today, and the other two will get here the day after that, so on Wednesday. So let's just jump into this. Last we left off, their friend had just gotten there, and Cam was under the impression that he should, stay in Echo to help like the spirits there find closure or whatever. I don't know, man. Doesn't seem smart to me, my knowledge of Echo, Just the overwhelming abundance of supernatural happenings there and trickery. Let's fucking get into this. Alright, so Devin sighs as he watches Artie squat down behind his Jeep, examining the wheels balanced above the cracked and dusty asphalt. Shit, how'd you manage to do this? It looks like you literally drove straight off the road. Devin sighs deeply as he stands next to Cam, fantasizing about getting into the beat-up sedan and escaping this hellish town. They're so close to getting out of here, and the bear just wishes he could pick them both up and toss them into the car. Sure, he could technically do that if he wanted to, but that obviously isn't reality. He just knows that to go against Cameron's wishes right now would be devastating to Coyote and their relationship. All he can do is ride this out and hope that they'll be on their way within the hour. Devin notices silence after Artie's question, and the cat is looking up expectantly. Not wanting Cameron to be put on the spot, the bear clears his throat. We thought we saw something on the road and swerved. It was probably just a rock or something. Artie looks back to the road, and there definitely isn't a rock. Dev sees Cameron rub his arm self-consciously out of the corner of his eye. It was the middle of the night, shadows and shit. Hard to imagine you were acting like that, Dev. Now you guys are okay, though. Must have been rough looking at how deep the eyes went. It was. Hey, how long do you need to recharge for the drive? I can take the wheel if you're too worn out. Right, after you crash your own car? It was the middle of the night. Hey, I'm just playing, dude. Chill. Artie raises a brow at the bear, glancing at Cameron. You guys alright? Feels kind of like I've walked out on a fight or something. Devin massages just with his eyes with a thumb and a middle finger. No, I'm just really tired. We were up most of the night. Artie then looks to Carol waiting for a response from the coyote. Dev tries not to brisk him because the Carol might have a different response. Yeah, we're just tired. I think walking around a little bit would do us all some good. Oh yeah, last one goes on with Dev, it was real spooky, even though we didn't see anything. One of my top 10 highs, in fact. Highs? Artie jogs back to the car. I had some oil cartridges from the dispensary on the way here. You guys want to hit? No. 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 You fucking piece of shit. Do you not know that Cameron was once a drug addict? And fucking shit like this is a one-way ticket straight back to that crap, you fucking asshole. Dev's stomach turns as he watches Artie grab a vape pen from the passenger seat. Really, we're going here. We're fucking going here, really. Do you have no idea? Do you have no knowledge of how drug abuse works at all, Artie? Do you have none? Fucking... No, we're good, man. I don't know if it's a good idea for you to do that and drive anyway. Are you high now, actually? No, I'll come down by the time we're done looking around. But we can't manage to say anything more before Artie takes a deep, long pull from the pen. A red light on the tip pulsing to life in time with his intake of breath. You fucking... I'm sorry, I'm just against drugs in general. How do you know if I'm good? Cameron's voice is so low, David almost doesn't hear it. What was that, honey? You said we're good without even asking me. Devin doesn't know what to say anyway, because Cam just doesn't do drugs. Cody wouldn't even joke that he's straight edge. I just thought... Dev's his words as Artie looks at Cameron and Devin and back at as he continues to hold in the vapor he inhaled. Anyway... What the fuck are you doing, Cam? No. No. I don't like this. I don't fucking like this. You don't fucking take a hit when oh god, no. Okay. Artie exhales loudly and holds the pen out to Cameron. Yeah, of course, dude. Dev stares incredulously, the disbelief holding until he can't hold it back. Building can't hold it back. Cameron, what are you doing? Artie looks at Dev with wide eyes, but Cameron only spares him a glance before plucking the pen over his paw and taking a deep pull from it. Dev stares at the pulsing red light, then at Cameron's face, whose eyes are closed. Dev can't tell what Cameron's thinking right now, whatever it is. Devin knows this isn't the behavior the Coyote's gotten to know over the years. It's juvenile, and Cameron is usually more mature than the bear when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, I'll just play along. Everything's fine between you two. Either way, maybe we should just go. Dev feels his chest loosen a bit with relief at hearing those words, and hearing some sense from someone other than himself. But Cameron frowns and opens his mouth. Instead of words, he begins to cough explosively into his elbow, unable to catch his breath. Hey, you alright? Dev walks over to Cameron, rubbing his back. Yeah, that's normal, especially with a big hit like that. You know your weed pretty good? He doesn't smoke weed, dude. That's why I assumed. I smoked plenty back in high school. I wrote one of these, though. Cameron seems to be catching his breath finally. Of course you did. Of course you fucking... So, let me get this straight. You just had a huge conversation with Deb about how you're afraid to end up like your mother, how you're afraid to be psychotic. And all of this was stemmed from drug use. And all of a sudden you're fucking taking a hit from vape. Okay. That's harsh as fuck, like worse than a blunt. I don't fucking like this shit. I don't... Yeah, you used to it. Besides, you only need to hit a few times to get high. No. No, you shouldn't. Cameron narrows his eyes at Dev. Why are you acting like that? It's just marijuana. I never complain when you drink. Because this isn't like you at all, Cameron. Dev been holding the conversation back from him personal, if only because Artie's here, but at this point he can't stop himself. He's starting to wonder if all this goes deeper than he'd like to think. Awkward silence that follows. Artie quickly takes the pen from Cameron. Well, I think one hit is good for now. Especially if this is your first time smoking in a while. Let's see how you feel in 20 minutes. He pauses and tilts the pen in his paw toward Devin. You sure you're good? I know we only got together a few times, but I don't want you to feel left out. No, it's not my thing. Thank you. Thank you, Dev. Someone has sense here. Devin looks at Cameron. You told me back in college that wasn't your thing either. That's the only reason why I said we were good. Sorry, man. No problem. It's just been a while, so why didn't it go right? Because you could... Gateway drug. That's the key word here. You literally almost fucking died. What the fuck, dude? Dev sighs loudly and folds his arms, shaking his head in resignation. I guess so. Artie quickly takes another head off the before tossing it back into the car. It makes you feel better. Artie puffs out his cheeks and lets out his breath. Shit's a lot safer than alcohol or most any drug, really. Oh, yes, sir. Spare me, dude. I'm not in the mood for stoner talk. Exactly. Oh, spare me, dude. I'm not in the mood for stoner talk right now. It's true. I think it's physically impossible to overdose on. Just because it's physically impossible to overdose on fucking vaping doesn't mean it doesn't have negative health effects. You fucking retards. Oh my god. That's not the point, Cam. It's more mentally fucky, you know? Artie shrugs. Depends on the person. I think Cameron's old enough to know what's good for him. Artie keeps his tone light, but Devin actually feels himself actually bristle at that. It's like he's being made out to be a controlling boyfriend, so the bear just looks away in frustration. Doesn't matter what the cat thinks. While Artie was a good friend in college, he didn't know all that much about Devin and Cameron's relationship or Cameron's past. Exactly. The bear knows this coyote, and this isn't like Cameron at all. He just hopes whatever it is that's going on with his boyfriend will stop when they leave the town. Well, I fucking hope so too. God, Cameron stares. Oh, so we're finally okay, we're back to his point of view now. Okay. You gonna explain yourself, you fucking retard? Oh my god. Cameron stares across the lake, noticing how the light blue of the water almost perfectly reflects the blue of the sky. Is that why lakes are blue? Because they're just a reflection of what's above? And that's why it becomes dark and murky when the weather is cloudy? Oh my god. Oh shit, that's crazy. This seemingly profound realization makes Cameron realize that he's very, very high. Of course, we're in the fucking mind of a stoner now. Great. First, Cameron finds it funny and laughs out loud, only to stumble over nothing, as his limbs feel intensively heavy. Ah yes, being high and echo. Well, technically, drugs and sex were another thing that stopped it, but like still. Whoa! What was that funny? What was funny suddenly becomes almost alarming. And the coyote's giggling dies away almost instantly. Cameron quickly walks back to the row where Dev and Artie are, trying not to look like his legs are both 50 pounds heavier. Just a minute ago, he'd walked to the shore to put his clothes back on, and everything had been fine. Now he's in a different world. Of course, do I really need to explain why I'm freaking out over this shit? Because, God, He leans back against the car, full in his arms, trying to ignore the intensifying gravity. Fuck. He's never been this high before. I doubt that. His 16-year-old self able to handle this no problem, but that shroom trip he went through sometime during junior year had ruined most reality-distorting drugs for him. God, why? Even when he smoked the cheap, weak bud his friends provided through high school, he would still come close to freaking out. He always hadn't. See, back in those days to calm himself down, or at least whatever benzo managed to steal from his mother's medicine cabinet. Now there's nothing but him and feeling like time and reality are completely fucked. Permanently fucked? Like how Shroom has permanently fucked his sense of self. Why the fuck did you... If you're gonna have thoughts like this, why the fuck would you do it? Can we do that? Stop, you fucking idiot. Stop psyching yourself out and man the fuck up. Been right, of course. What the fuck was he thinking? Well, he knows what it is he'd been thinking. Well, he made a fuss about Dev answering for him. In reality, it had been a spur-of-the-moment decision. Because when Artie offered the pen, he remembered that seeing things always became easier when he was hot. You fucking dumbass. It wasn't really a positive part of being high, but if he's going to do the psychic shit, maybe you should expect... You're not psychic, you dimrod! Oh my god! He feels very differently about it now. Weed seemed like a good, harmless way to test his experiment 10 minutes ago. But now Cameron is questioning if weed even triggered supernatural stuff for him in the first place. He was always on the other stuff whenever he smoked weed, after all. Opioids, stimulants, dissociatives, and definitely hallucinogens like shrooms did the trick, but for obvious reasons. He's never going to try those again. Don't fucking try drugs in general. It's called a fucking gateway drug, you idiot. You want a fucking relapse? Is that what you want? He just needs to relax and be aware if something happens. Oh yeah, he's blazed. Kermit opens his eyes, looking toward Artie in confusion. Babe, you alright? Okay, looks at the bear, still confused. What's wrong? I just doubt you're feeling okay. You were totally spaced out. Artie, just stop freaking him out. Everything's fine, alright, Cameron? I am fine. It's you acting like something's wrong that's freaking me out right now. We are kind of being buzzkills, Devin. You got water? Let's get him a drink. Devin takes Cameron's paw. Sorry, let's get water, okay, honey? Seeing Dev transition from confused to concerned immediately makes Cameron feel better. While he's acting rebellious, to somewhat disguise his intentions, he doesn't actually want the bear to be mad at him. He'll explain to Devin later why he did this if he actually ends up working, you know? Why do I get the sense they're building up towards something absolutely terrible? This fucking sentence in particular really just screams something bad is gonna happen. Just telling him right now, with Artie here, that would be way too complicated for his brain right now. Drugs hold a lot of baggage for him, and like they would for any former addict. And Cameron doesn't doubt that Dev is not pleased in the slightest of what he's doing right now. For now, he squeezes Devin's paw on his own and smiles as the bear squeezes back. Cameron giggles. Holy shit, I've never been this high before, and that was a single mouth hit. Oil cartridges are insane. Yeah, I swear it gets more potent every year. Not surprised to knock you on your ass. Cameron vacantly watches Dev climb into the rear of the Jeep, grabbing their plastic bottles and one of the gallon jugs of water. How long is the count? Am I gonna get more high? Only take another hit. You want to? Dev looks over back in their food and water, biting his lip, but Cameron shakes his head. No, I'm good, just wondering. So just relax. You'll start coming down within an hour. That sounds good. One time I did shrooms and I was stuck in it for 8 hours. It felt like forever, like literally forever. Yeah, no thanks. That shit freaks me out. I'm not into stuff that changes you for good, you know? Yeah, it definitely changed me, and not in a good way. I mean, some people change for the better, but others just end up mentally fucked up, and that was me. Oh shit, what'd it do? Just the idea that a few nasty tasting mushrooms can change your entire universe makes everything feel fake, I guess? Like, everything that makes us who we are, our brain signals, whatever, can be so easily manipulated. You realize nothing's real, and for my friends, that was something that actually motivated them to be better people. Me, I just cared less and less. The way we can open up for things we normally wouldn't, and the coyote isn't sure if that's a good thing. Sure, in my mind, but no one ever tells you you can't close it. When you're done, you can't ever close it. I should have listened when they told me I needed to be in a good place for it to have a good impact on me. I wasn't in a good place at all. The stress of the past day, on top of remembering that traumatic event, makes Cameron's eyes well up. Probably also because of the weed. Hey dude, you okay? Tears spill over, and now he's truly crying. Despite knowing it must look ridiculous, it feels meaningful and poignant. A good cry. Doesn't make it any less embarrassing. Dev, with an expression both worried and exasperated, pauses in his rummaging for water. And food to rub Cameron's arm and kiss the side of his head. I'm sorry, I thought this would help me see ghosts. I don't even know why I did this. I wasn't mad at you at all. Devin studies Cameron closely for a moment, and Cameron's blood runs cold at the thought that, for whatever reason, what he just said is fucked up enough to make Dev question why he's with the crazy canine. Why he's with in the first place. You're not crazy. But Dev quickly goes off as if Cameron didn't say anything. Sit down and have some water, honey. Fills up a green plastic bottle filled with water, and Cameron drinks from it loudly. And food. Devin pushes a bag of jerky along with a box of cheese crackers toward Cameron. Why is Devin always so nice when he's such a dick? Thanks, Devin. I'm sorry I'm such a piece of shit. What? Honey, where'd you get that? Where did that come from? I know that's something you wouldn't say, but I'd rather you tell me when I'm being awful. I don't want to go back to the way I was. It's quiet for a moment. Wow, this got you fucked up, huh? That's all I gotta say, Ari. Dev doesn't sound angry at Artie anymore, much to Cameron's relief. He's very tired. So, chill, this is all pretty standard stuff, especially when you got low tolerance. I'm not trying to be a dick when I say that I'm actually a little jealous. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cam, but it looks cathartic as hell. You're not being a dick, it's just not a smart thing to say. Right now, Arturo. Art's right, I feel really in touch with my feelings right now, and... Cameron doesn't mind it, shows a cracker into his muzzle and stops. The salty, savory flavor is so satisfying he has to use all of his focus to appreciate it. Fuck, that's good. Arturo laughs. Cameron shoves a strip of jerky that's lightly seasoned with hot sauce into his mouth, combining the flavors, and he moans again. Devin sighs in a defeated but accepting sort of way. That makes Cam feel better, even better, and even though he did feel stupid, Devin seems to understand. Hey, let me in on some of that. Alright, but eat slow. This food is for survival, not for your munchies. We'll be out here by noon, Dev. Relax. Dev sighs as he leans up against the tailgate, covering his face with his paws, and grunts with annoyance as he has to move to let Artie by. I'm trying, trust me. Seeming to disregard Devin's advice to take it slow, Artie starts cramming jerky into his muzzle, moaning like Cameron. Snacks are so much better when you're high versus like an actual meal, you know. Cameron doesn't know but nods enthusiastically. I can't believe this. Devin's tone is one of actual disbelief. Arturo glances lazily at Cameron. Is doing a fucking announcement everything a new thing? You've been putting up with this for a while. It's weird after knowing how we acted in college. Cameron leans against the tailgate, smiling at Devin. I've been doing some dangerous shit during investigation, and Devin is just trying to keep us safe. He's wonderful, and I love him. Devin looks at him and just gives a small smile without saying anything. No, you know, man, what's going on between you two? I mean, I think we can all admit it's been super awkward so far. Hasn't it, though? This must be fucking weird for you. Both laugh, and the obnoxious snorts that Karen makes only makes him snort louder. It's just not really something you need to know about. I know that sounds rude, but... no, you're not. Dev's eyes widen, and Cameron doesn't help to feel the silence that follows. So you can, like, see the future, or... I can see ghosts, and maybe the future. I don't really know how it works. I'm trying to figure it out. Cameron hadn't really given it much thought, but seeing the future seemed to be part of it. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Devin shifts around, and Cameron can tell he's not exactly happy about him talking to Artie about this. He has to wonder why. Shit, I thought it was super... There's no... Not psychic, Cam. You're literally being... He was like talking about how our brainwaves can be manipulated so easily. It's literally what's happening right now. Good God. God, orange juice is really good, man. Super psychic as opposed to what? Sort of psychic? Nah, she'd like tarot cards and shit and told my siblings that they were up to shit that the cartel was gonna disappear them. Really? That's not psychic. That's dumb. Tarot is fucking retarded. Well, did they get disappeared? I mean, one died under concern, but the cartel wasn't involved as far as I know. It's so sad. I don't know why I laughed. It's cool, I get it. So not really psychic, or at least not like him. You're not psychic. Feels wrong to him that Karen is almost dismissive of anyone that doesn't see things like he does. Trust me, one of these times they're gonna see something and you're gonna feel like such a fucking idiot. He's different in a good way, and for once he feels like he can admit that. He had seen his friend's death a few months before it happened, and he had dreams that were so accurate to the future it almost seemed like deja vu.
I want to go for a walk. Everything looks really neat right now.
Dope, let's go see some ghosts.
Devin sighs heavily but helps Cameron down from the trunk. The coyote leaning against him as they start walking. Why is Devin literally the only one? Literally the only one that is making any sense in this scenario. Seriously, get the fuck out of Echo. At this point, Devin has resigned himself to the fact that Cameron's going to do what he wants, and all Devin can do is respect his decision. While Artie reminded him more than once that Cameron is an adult, had been annoying, it's also true that Devin has no right to take that decision away from Cameron. Still, there's a part of him that's hurt that Cameron would disregard his own feelings on the matter, especially after opening up to him by the lake. But Devin also disregarded Cameron's feelings in bringing him here, at least to an extent that the bear thought was reasonable. Now it seems he's reaping what he sowed. Still, Devin remembers and brings up something that should keep them from rushing too far into the town.
We should only go as far as the motel. Cam and I had a brush with some gun-toting redneck on the other side of town last night. Whoa, really?
Cameron giggles. One yelled at us from really far away and Dev ran so hard he got a gnarly cramp in his thigh.
Again, he had a shotgun. Doesn't that bother you guys, Artie?
Artie shrugs.
Man, I've had guys flash their guns at me on the road because I flew them off. Every one of them is too chicken shit to shoot, and that was even when I flew the old Azuli. What the fuck? Well, luckily for you, people here don't even know what that is. Now, if I were to mount a Sonoran flag on my Jeep while also flipping the bird. Anyway, I say we stick around this area, no further than motel.
You should be more careful though, Artie. I swear you heard a road rage story every few months where someone gets shot.
Honestly, Cass, if it's my fork on the road, I say let it happen. You gotta live, and if that involves getting shot on the freeway because you made fun of someone's driving, then so be it.
That's fucking retarded thinking, but okay. Is it really a fork in the road if their option is death?
Yeah, whether it leads to a dead end or something. I don't know, I'm high as hell right now.
I think the metaphor is more appropriate for longer-term consequences, though. Devin just smirks the meaningless banter about fork in the road metaphors. It must seem so profound to them right now. You know, my mom always talks about her fork in the road being in the 5th grade, and then it led to her having a shitty life.
Seems kind of odd a decision like that come up.
I think she just likes to be able to point at a moment everything went wrong, but anyway, they've been hyping up this space shuttle launch for months and shouted she was going to be an astronaut. She went to the public library for the first time in her life to check out books about astrophysics and stuff. Devin suddenly has a good idea where this is going. And while the whole class was watching the liftoff live on TV, it exploded, even though her teacher turned it off and went about the day like nothing happened. They all knew those astronauts were dead. It made her question all her plans, and she drifted through life after that, not knowing what she wanted to be anymore.
Damn, that's fucked up, man. Do you know why that happened, by the way?
Cameron gives Dev a confused look, and so does Artie, like they forgot he's even here. Why my mom didn't know what to do? It's because she watched clips of smiling astronauts getting on the space shuttle that exploded live on TV, Devin. Devin sighs, realizing he needs to make things more clear for this high version of Cameron.
No, I mean why the space shuttle exploded. Because rockets and fuel can cause explosions, right? No, well, yeah, but mainly...
Every focuses train of thought.
It's because they didn't listen to their engineers, you know? The people that stand between you and a panicked shopping mall, or a freeway bridge collapsing rush hour, or an exploding space shuttle.
Dove raises his brow meaningfully at Cameron, though weirdly enough, he realizes he's mainly talking to himself.
Always listen to your engineer.
His half-assed attempt to conversation but listening to his advice quickly backfires, though.
Well, those engineers like the one in Pueblo, I'm willing to bet more people would have listened to them if they didn't act like such know-it-all pricks. Someone's still sore for having to drop out of their major. Fuck you, too.
Hey, come on, guys, we're feeling good right now. You know, Artie, I've dated an engineer for 5 years now. They gotta talk down to you to do their job. Cameron walks against Devin and playfully nudges him with his shoulder. Even though Cameron is playing along with what Devin started, hearing his boyfriend say that actually stings a little bit. Babe, I don't talk down to you. I don't mean to anyway. He makes a face and Devin does his best to pretend like he doesn't see it. I'm just kidding. I agree with you. If people let disasters happen because they're too proud to listen to experts, and fuck them. Maybe if they had them, I would be on the space station right now. Maybe. Mistakes happen, though. They remind us to keep our guard up because it always eventually slips, you know? I think I do. Dave smiles, pleasantly surprised that Cameron seems to be getting his voice to be careful. Something bad's gonna happen. This is way too, like, peachy keen for Echo. You know, Echoverse games in general. Like, I get it. There are moments of levity. There always are. But, like, those moments of levity always lead to more moments of absolute horror. So, I'm kind of worried. For the first time in the day, he finds himself starting to relax a little. The end of this bizarre nightmare is in sight. Yeah. Fucking sentences like that are just screaming you're not out of the woods yet. They're already starting to circle back around to the car. No, it's kind of amazing now to think you two are still together. That brings Dev out his memory rather quickly. Why is that? Well, all our other friends didn't last more than a few years out of college, and if you think about it, you and Cam are probably the biggest opposites out of all those relationships. I think the most important thing in a relationship is getting along. If you can do that for 99% of the time, you're probably set. And having different hobbies and spending time apart adds to a healthy relationship. Man, sometimes it just sound like a self-help relationship book or something. Maybe that's why. I think it's that we're both reasonable people. That's usually all you need. Well, I'm really happy it all worked out, especially after your first relationship. Honestly, looking back, I was basically setting Cameron up to be a rebound. I wasn't really meaning to, of course. You know, I forgot how you somehow managed to say the worst thing at the wrong time, Artie. Well, it has been a long time, so I'm interested. I just wonder who you were with before me. All you've said is that they were like a month-long fling. Artie seems to take this as the go-ahead to reveal irrelevant and embarrassing information about Dev's previous love life. He was a fox, named Jesus, right, Devin? I never brought him up because the relationship lasted literally 2 months. A fox, huh? Cameron says in a contemplative way, in a way that makes Dev uneasy. Even the coyote is probably just curious. Well, yeah, he was short. When he dumped Dev, he went the whole chick flick route and laid in bed for a week eating ice cream. I was so worried about it that I said to cheer you up. Dev's muzzle burns under the fur, even hotter than the heat of the desert. Why did I ever tell you anything in confidence? Well, it's more like I saw it, like the entire dorm did. Is that true, Devin? Devin's dismay, Cameron seems genuinely interested now, combined with a genuine degree of concern. You seemed so put together when I first met you. Dev was answering. It wasn't you that set us up. You mentioned me to your girlfriend's friend who happened to be Cameron's friend. She set us up. Yeah, you can word it how you like, but if I didn't remember them, mentioning the super rock guitar coyote, too bad he's gay, dude. Who knows where you'd be now? Yeah, that's me. And less than a week later, I knew it would work because I walked in on the two of you fucking. Oh God, why are you bringing that up? Yes, why? Because it was funny. I walked beside them looking like a dozen people going at it at some point. Hell, back when Universal Library was open 24/7, you had a 50-50 chance of walking around a pair of rats getting it on at 2 a.m. Cheryl prails on the camera while Devin sulks behind a bit. Bear finds himself wishing he'd been the one to tell Cameron all about all of that. The way I already described it made him sound unstable in a way.
Fox had been cute, but Devin never really got to know him before Jesus abruptly broke it off. When he first met Cameron, on the other hand, he was cute and hot, especially with his guitar and voice, but that was just the surface stuff. Cameron was also nice and considerate and thoughtful and complex in ways that the bear is still trying to fully understand. Devin had girlfriends in high school, so people wouldn't get suspicious. But the Fox had been what he considered his first real relationship, and he simply overreacted to his first real breakup. Looking back on his 19-year-old self, it's hard to understand why it felt like the end of the world. Cameron were to disappear from his life now, it would be the end of the world that he knows at least. Maybe if for some terrible reason it did come to an end, he would look back 10 years from now and think the same about his 25-year-old self. But he doubts that. 5 years is a long time, and he plans to spend the rest of his life with Cameron. Unlike that fling in college, losing Cameron will be a traumatic, life-changing disease. Yeah, they're setting something up here. Just thinking about it now makes his throat tighten. The abyss he's felt below his feet since he was 12, that emotional scar left over from the last traumatic event in his life, seems to yawn a bit wider. The bear thinks back to the point he'd been trying to make about engineers helping to avoid catastrophic failures and why it felt like he'd been talking to himself. There's a moment in which recovery is impossible, where a chain reaction of small disasters are set off, that then mushroom into a tragedy. Maybe he'd remind himself about what could happen. Or maybe he's realizing something that's already happened. Why does it feel like he's already past that point? The point where he made a decision at a literal fork that set in motion a cascade of failures. There's no reason for him to feel that way considering they're minutes away from leaving, but it feels hopeless now. He ignored all the signs, and he turned right. Ignored all the signs, just like all those officials who ignored signs in their department stores, bridges, dams, and spaceships. At least until everything fell apart. Fuck. God, I hate that. That is really good writing, but God, I hate that. Time passes quickly, and banting with Artie and Devin had made Cameron forget what he was trying to do in the first place. He wonders if maybe that had been Devin's goal. Should be keeping his mind open, not covering up potential spirits with loud, obnoxious laughs as they reminisce about their college days. Because right now he's feeling something strange that he can't explain. Alright, ready to head out? Man, we didn't find anything scary. You don't look for scary things, you let them happen, and nothing happens, so... Cameron can't leave now. Hey, Dev, please don't be mad at me. Dev doesn't say anything, and that makes Cameron squirm. Oh, you guys gonna fight again? Can I have 5 minutes alone, please? No. Just 5 minutes, I swear I'll be done. Cameron! I can feel something. I don't know what, but you guys are making it hard to feel. Cameron, the motel is right there. I'm not leaving you here. Dev's tone is so resolute, so unshaken that Cameron shrinks into himself, realizing he's reached Dev's limits. Artie clears his throat. That's about him, but how about this? Me and Dev stand at the end of the road over there so we can see you, then we can make sure nothing bad happens. Please, Dev, I just really need to figure something out. It's gonna bother me forever if I don't. Please. Dev is clearly taken aback by Cameron's intensity, which had been Cameron's intention. Something is wrong and needs to confirm it. Is what you're doing safe? Could it hurt you? I don't know. I don't think so. It is more to do with me than ghosts, though. Devin saying anything for several seconds, seeming to be weighing multiple scenarios in his head. Okay, we'll be up the road. Please be careful, and yell if you need us. Okay, thank you. Dev kisses Cameron on the head for a long moment before walking away up the road. Artie looks back and forth, confused before following Dev. Alone now, Cam can tell that something is definitely different. He can't put his finger on it, but it's not just him being residually high. It's almost like he can see more clearly. Like he can see more. Meaning in nothing. Cameron isn't sure what to think about this. The weed is making it happen, though. Just like he hoped it would. But it's weak. You can hear the voices of those who have passed just barely playing along the wind. For just a fraction of a second, he thinks about trying opioids once more and how that would truly help him see things. The thought leaves him feeling physically repulsed to the point that he almost retches, the visceral reaction surprising even him. 3 years of substance abuse, the death of his mother, the deaths of his friends. He vividly remembers those 2 weeks when he quit cold turkey, hiding away in his friend's basement in a pool of sweat, shaking, having every bathroom issue possible, wanting to rip through his fur and skin, to run into the street and to run into a car. He cried constantly. He hated himself. He was worthless. He needed to die. He had to die. But at the end of those 2 weeks, he'd made it. It was hard, but like his friends would always tell him, withdrawals aren't the hard part. The hard part is finding pills and a friend, a relative's medicine cabinet even years later. The hard part is crushing those pills up in neat little lines of powder, staring at them, telling yourself you don't need it. You don't have to do it. You do it. You always do it. No matter how many times you get clean, someone like Cameron needed something else to keep him clean. And that's Devon. Because the shame and heartache of Devon finding out wouldn't ever be worth it. But knowing this moment, any moment can be far better with a single pill. Unfortunately, that feeling will always be there. No, this is stupid. You won't touch drugs again, not even weed. The window. Nope! Nope. Volume down. Volume fucking down, bitch. No, sir. Fuck. I don't like this, man. I don't fucking like this. I literally got chills. Just fucking hell, adrenaline. Coursing. At first, Cameron is only surprised. This is something he hasn't seen in months? Not since October of last year. But still, he kind of hoped this would happen. This creature, this manifestation is somehow connected. Wait, what? What? He'd always thought it to be a mental illness. But now that he knows there's something more to this, maybe it's a sign, a harbinger of sorts that might lead him to important visions. Still, something about it is especially unsettling this time. Something is wrong. Something is different. It's more than just the raincoat monster appearing. No, please, God. I don't want it. Arches and halves. Don't say it. His train of thought cuts off as he notices a barely discernible movement from the creature. Aside from a handful of moments in the past that felt like glitches more than anything else, the creature never moved. It was always like a cardboard cutout. It's no longer cardboard, though. It's breathing! What's happening? He's not thinking right. This thing isn't part of Echo. Cameron knows that. So why is it acting different, more alive, as if the town is amplifying it? Because it is! Maybe it's just the setting, the nerves, the weed, but now he's realizing how strange it is that he's never been so relieved to find out he's psychic. Doesn't he still have problems? It's not like all of those issues were just solved. All those voices are those voices of the dead? Or something else? Are those ghosts or hallucinations? Is there a difference? Suddenly, a whole new wave of anxiety washes over the canine. Just like that, he's not sure about anything anymore. He's had such a beautiful, life-changing epiphany, and now he looks up the road toward where Tev and Artie are, but they're not there. And Cameron stares, wondering what's real anymore. He looks back at the monster standing in that window. It's
If it is a harbinger for something important, he should go into that. No! Otherwise, he'll just leave here knowing he's crazy, knowing he's on the verge of a fucking psychotic break. Okay. Damn it. Damn it, what am I doing? And he's moving for the window, for that monster, the whispers growing and the distortions twisting. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Okay. Devin watches his friend, Devin watches his boyfriend at the distance, carefully, feeling his anxiety come down a bit, as Cameron just seems to stand there.
So, what's the deal, man? Hmm? You know what I'm talking about. What happened? Did you see some fucked up shit earlier? Because you seem really, really worried. For a moment, Devin is glad Artie cuts himself off, but then... Hey, what the fuck? Ah! Artie's already run out the road toward his car. Devin looks to see a man standing next to the car, the hood up. Devin isn't sure what to do at first, either go to Cameron or follow Artie. Cameron seems oblivious in the distance, which is probably for the best, and he doesn't look like the man is carrying any sort of weapon, so deciding his friend is going to need help, he runs after Artie. Dev runs up to the car as the oh shit. Oh shit, it's Duke. Oh shit, it's Duke. Dev runs up to the car just as the old weasel-looking man headbutts Artie in the face. Oh fuck, son of a bitch! Artie stumbles and falls on his ass. Hey! The weasel regards him coolly, seeming not bothered by the fact that he just used his own face as a battering ram. Hey, that's not his voice. Devin doesn't know what to say, mostly because he doesn't know what the guy just did what he did. Meanwhile, Artie moans on the ground, a paw to his forehead. That at least is the starting point. You can't just fucking do that, man. What are you doing? Adjusting things. Shows off a pair of pliers. Devin can hear his heart pounding as he uses a toolbox, on plant balanced in the bumper. Why? Give me that! Devin starts to step forward to take the brush from the man, but his flash of light blinds him. Devin had never been hit before, not as an adult at least. Besides, usually deterred anyone from trying, and he normally doesn't get into those kinds of situations anyway. So this moment takes what feels like a long time for his brain to process. He stumbles on his feet, pauses, uselessly outstretched, trying to refocus when something explodes in his stomach that seems to expand like a balloon under his ribcage. Bear doubles over in shock, feeling like a vacuum has opened up in his torso before he falls to his knees. The long, strained sound of agony seems to go on forever as his diaphragm refuses to work. Only now does he realize he's been punched in the stomach as well, and while he's had the wind knocked out of him before, it's nothing like this. How was that, fat ass? Dev goes on droning in response, a small part of him considering they might actually suffocate to death. Holy hell, man, what the fuck is your problem? Oh, you wanna know? Devin still with his face toward the ground only hears a movement above him. That's followed from a gasp by Artie. I have a problem with sick fucks like you two dicking around the place because you think it's funny. Dev is only now starting to get his breath back, but his eyes are locked in the gun in front of his face and his insides turn to water, which has nothing to do with the punch. Where were you back? Where were you 5 years ago, huh? Back home with mommy and daddy living in your middle-class houses? Thought you'd come out here and see what the crazy meth heads are up to. Are they all killed each other? The man adjusts his grip on the gun and Devin was choked with fear. Maybe the old man is going to shoot him, he's going to do it on an accident. Is this still fun? Artie's rough breathing next to Devin's the only thing that lets the bear know that the cat is still there with him. Dude, listen, we didn't mean... You listen, dude, I gave you a whole fucking day to get the fuck out.
But you're still here. Since you're so goddamn comfortable, hope you don't mind being stuck here for good. With that, the man turns away, sticking his gun down to his bed before calmly collecting his tools, closing the toolbox and walking off the road, straight through the sagebrush. Holy shit. The 7-mile walk to the freeway suggests you leave the motor gets cool, and that's friendly advice. There's much worse out here than me, you stupid fox. Arnie bends over. Devon, who slowly stumbles to his feet, hunched over, his stomach aching far worse than his muzzle, which he wipes clean of blood. Fuck, man, what did he do? Artie looks back to the car, and from here, Devon can see wiring sticking out the hood. I can't fucking believe this. Hang on, I'm getting Cam. Alright, man, I'll see if this thing is even worth coming back for. Devon jogs up the road, grunting with each step, each one sending a jolt through his stomach. While the weasel hadn't moved in this direction, Dev isn't taking chances. He also needs to make sure the coyote is... Cameron! He shouldn't be panicking, not yet, but that feeling is starting up again, and after having a gun pointed in his face... Cameron! No answer. Dev heaves for air, looking around until he sees a flash of flannel through a motel window. He's next to it in a second, able to fit, so he pries back boards with his bare paws. Then he pushes through and tumbles into dark, thick blackness. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Oh, you son of a whore. Well, guys, that was the end of the Arches content that's currently publicly available. So, Duke, huh? A cameo from Duke. Okay. Okay, bye.